Okay, after we've removed the stile, now we have to attach the rail to the frame. And in order to do that, I use these little spacers here that have 2 screws in them. And these are made out of bamboo. They're really, really strong. And so the screws will go through the top and the bottom, and then our screw will go in between here. So there's no way that's ever going to split or pull out. So it's going to be really, really strong. So basically what we do is I just kind of use this just to reference to get an idea where that needs to go. It doesn't have to be exact, but somewhere around there. And then you just want this front edge flush. And then we're basically just putting a screw in the top or in the bottom and one in the top. Let's come over and get an idea where it goes, somewhere right around in there. And then one in the bottom. Just push that so it's tight. Okay, in this example, we're going to use basically just feet on the back, like if you have a half shelf. Now, I typically like to screw directly to the back of the cabinet, but sometimes there'll be something in the way so you can't go all the way back, in which case I'll just use the half bracket. So the first thing you need to do, though, is we need to secure the shelf to make sure it doesn't tip, because when the weight's on there, it can like tip out like that if there isn't something there. So what I'll do is I'll just simply take a screw into the side of each side of the cabinet, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. And you just need something in the back. You don't need to worry about the front tipping. And then if there's a way for that front shelf to go forward, a lot of times I'll put a screw here, although it really can't go anywhere once we fasten it up here, but I figure better safe than sorry. Okay, the next step for this one, if you want to be really precise, we use the bullet level again. The first thing I'm going to do is just kind of pre-drill some holes for the feet. Now you can see if you zoom in here how there's that little different colored, darker edge. So what I like to do is just kind of have the front of that so there's just that little bit of reveal there. And then we can put our level on there and make sure everything's nice and level. And then we'll just pre-drill that. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll stick the bullet level on there, get that same reveal. Okay, now the next step will just be to use our 1 1/4" screws with our 1/2 inch spacer. So we'll just slide that through, put our spacer on, come back to our hole there. We got that side. Okay, now we'll just simply attach the other side. Same thing with the 1 1/4" screw. Put the spacer on there, line it up here in our hole. All right, now we got that in there. Okay, now that we got the front, all we have to do is slide in the rails on either side. Then I always like to pull it out, make sure it's going good. All right, so that's all lined up. We just use the front of it to line it up. And now we just Put some weight on the back, slide the shelf forward. Put a screw on either side. And then we'll just make sure that still slides good, which it does. Do one more in the center. And that's all there is to installing it with a half shelf.